Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name's Caitlin. I'm doing a makeup routine today. I really don't normally do makeup videos on my channel. One, because I'm not a makeup guru, and two, I don't feel like I do it like the correct way. So I'm not saying that this is like the right way to do your makeup. It's just literally the way that I do my makeup. I feel like I've really found the products that I really love, especially for the summertime. This is going to be more of like a summertime look. I like to have a more like lighter face of makeup. I also really like a glowy look and a warm tone look. So obviously I have it on my face right now. Also, before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you love like makeup tutorials, vlogs. Are you on a fitness journey? I know most of my videos are more like fitness and foodie related, but it's nice to switch it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing that's really important is like what you put under your makeup, and this is actually already on my face right now, but I wanted to share it because this is one of my favorite products for making your face look glowy, a little bit more bright, and it just makes you feel like a little bit more awake. It's a 15% vitamin C brightening serum. It's definitely pricey, but this is one of the products that I would say is worth it for the investment of skincare. So it's by Sunday Riley. I usually only do like 1 or 2 pumps of it. Also, I have a Starbucks here. But I'm starting out with this foundation. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Foundation. It's the airbrush one, and I really like this one. It's just a little bit heavy, I find. So what I've been doing is doing 1 pump of this, and then I always mix it with my moisturizer. The moisturizer I've been using is the Ultra Repair Moisturizer by First Aid Beauty. So I do 1 pump of the foundation and 1 pump of the moisturizer. And I'm someone who really likes a full coverage look. I've always had like red rosy cheeks, my nose is always really red, and I promise you this just makes it look a little bit lighter, and then you can always build from there. So I'm using the Morphe, literally don't know what brush this is because Coco bit it. I will find out and I'll link this down below, but it's a Morphe brush and it's for foundation. So I dab this all over my face. You always want to make sure that you're working it all the way down your neck, because at least for me, I wear a lot of sunscreen on my face. So during the summertime, my body gets a lot more tan than my face, so it's always important to rub it all the way down. Blend, blend, blend. Another thing is you want to make sure that you're really pushing the product all over your face, not just like only keeping it by your eyelids or only keeping it on your cheeks. Even if there's an area that you want like more coverage on, you can always get to it after, but you just don't want to have like one area a lot more full coverage than the rest. You just want to really move the foundation everywhere. That foundation is very full coverage, but obviously adding the moisturizer, it lessens it a little bit. And then I always go in with the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. I've also tried the Kosas one, but honestly this one's better and it's cheaper in my opinion. It's just a better deal, so I always go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I have this one in the matte finish, and it's the shade medium warm. I don't love when my concealer is a lot brighter than the rest of my face. I'm just really not into that look on myself. So yeah, I just went with the warm beige. I focus this right on the inner corner, a couple dabs going up because I want my entire face to be kind of like lifted. Obviously on the other side. I always have some breakouts right in the middle of my eyebrows, so I always put some right there. I do 1 little dab on the end of my chin, and then wherever I have like spots, like I always get some redness right under my nose, on my nose. I have a little blemish right there, and then sometimes I'll just do a little extra right there. And then I go in with the same Morphe brush and I just dab. Again, just being patient with the product, letting it blend into your face. You don't want to just like do it all super quickly and just move the product everywhere. I feel like that defeats the purpose of really placing it. So practice your patience. If I can do it, you can do it, because I'm literally the least patient person you'll ever meet. Ask any of my friends. I do not have a patient bone in my body. Honestly though, the longer that your makeup takes, the more fun. I feel like it's therapy, at least for me. I mean, I guess I enjoy makeup, so that's probably why. I'm blending up, by the way. So you just want to like keep it going upwards if you like that like lifted look, which I really like. So okay, I do a light layer on my eyelids as well, just with whatever's remaining on the whatever product is remaining on the brush. Cannot talk, never can. There we go. So this is the base. This is how I like my makeup to look in terms of where it's kind of highlighted with the concealer, under my eyes, on my nose, and I just like that lifted look. So we're done with the first layer. Next, I take my Beauty Blender, which is actually not the Beauty Blender brand. It's the Real Technique sponge, and I use half of it for blush and then the other half of it for contour. The contour that I use is this creamy bronzer by Tarte. It's in the shade Breezy. I got it in a PR package a while ago. I wouldn't repurchase it, honestly. If I was gonna purchase bronzer, it would probably be the Charlotte Tilbury wands, but I know those are like always sold out. So I'm literally just gonna do a few dabs right above my cheekbone. As you can see, like even before I blend it, it's very light. Can't really see it at all. Wasting my time, pretty much. But I like it to be there. And then I take the remaining product from the sponge and dab that just around my forehead. It's funny, I honestly don't love contouring my forehead and like making it look smaller, even though when I was in high school, I feel like my forehead was one of my biggest insecurities, because I remember this one guy who was so freaking rude would always like make fun of my forehead and like thought it was like so funny, and I just didn't even think that my forehead was big until he said that. And then I've even gotten like TikTok comments, and now I'm just like, I have a big forehead, like I'm not gonna hide it. So I don't really do much on my forehead in terms of contour, but I'll take the rest of it to like under my chin and just draw out my jawline a little bit. Another thing that I do before my makeup is I use my gua sha with some face gel, and I just kind of like carve out my jawline. Nothing too much, because honestly it doesn't matter. Like if you don't have a perfect jawline, it's okay. Who has a perfect jawline? If you do, good for you, but if you don't, that's okay. I don't take hours on like trying to change what my face looks like. Next up, we're using the e.l.f. putty, I almost said primer, the putty blush. Shout out Lindsay Ray. She actually was on FaceTime with me one day when I went to Ulta, and she told me I had to try this, and ever since I've tried it, I have not purchased a new, well, I actually did purchase the Rare Beauty blush, but these are my two favorites. Honestly though, the e.l.f. one I just like more. In terms of the shade, at least, that I have, the shade is really pretty. Ugh, there's no shade. I'll link this exact one down below. The e.l.f. products just always pull through. They have the best formulas. They always make dupes of really high-end brands, and honestly sometimes I prefer them, and they're so affordable. They're at Target, they're at CVS. I just like it. I focus my blush right in the middle of my cheeks and then going upwards, like very high up. I don't like it to come down at all, because then I feel like it's pulling my face down. So like higher up on my cheeks. Sometimes if it's not picking up enough product, I'll go in with my finger and do a little bit more right at the bottom of the cheek. I like a lot of blush. This is the first thing that goes to. Blush does not last a long time. I saw a lot of people on TikTok started putting it on like their nose to look sun-kissed, and then I started doing that, and it's my favorite thing that I do with my makeup. So I always do it on my nose, and then very final beauty blender sweep just to make it all blended. Melt it all into your skin. That's everything that I have for the creamy products, and the last thing that I do is a powder product, and it's pretty much the only powder product that I use. It's the Champagne Glow Amazonian Clay Highlighter. This is what it looks like, really pretty. Ooh, I hate when that happens with highlighters. I just got some on my hand, so I'm just gonna use that. I prefer it right at the cheekbone. That way when you're like turning and the sun hits you, it just looks really natural. If you bring it down too far, I just don't like that look. So I keep it right there, and I'm gonna blend it in with my Morphe M510 brush. There's only a few more parts where I put highlighter, so I do one super small dot right at the tip of my nose, a super small line right in the middle of my nose, and then I do a dot right in the corner of my eyes. And then without the brush, I take my finger and I do it under my eyebrows before I do my eyeshadow, because then I feel like once I do my eyeshadow, it blends in really nicely. So there we have it with all of the face products. Now we're going to move on to my eyes, which I've been using warm colors on my eyelids forever. I do not use cool tone. I don't like what it looks like when I have cool tone on my eyelids. In this palette, which I'll link down below, it's called the In Bloom palette. The color Sweetheart and the color Smarty Pants, and I'm mixing those two together. They're both pretty much exactly the same shade as my blush. And I do a really rough amount on my crease, and then I just blend it up. And that's pretty much all I do on my eyelids. I want it to give me some color, but I honestly don't want it to look like I'm wearing that much makeup. That's just the look that I kind of like to go for, more of a natural look, but still gives me some natural emphasis on my face. That's pretty much all I do for my eyeshadow, but I take the same shade called Sweetheart, and I kind of use that to contour my nose. I don't like to do the cream contour that I have on my nose. I forgot to rub in my highlight, but I don't like to do the cream contour that I have. I think it's a little too harsh. So I prefer when my nose looks a little bit more pink. So I actually carve out the contour with the same eyeshadow color. I already know beauty gurus are like screaming right now, especially because I'm using this large brush, but I think it makes it look more seamless the bigger the brush, so this is just what I like. Before I finish up my mascara, I'm gonna actually do my eyebrows. So I'm going in right now with some clear brow gel and just spiking them up a little bit. I've been liking that look. It took me a really long time to like this look. I used to see it on Instagram, TikTok, my friends. Everyone was putting their eyebrows up like 2 years ago and I just didn't understand it. I thought it wasn't cute on me. I just didn't like what it looked like on me. And then something changed in the past like 2 weeks and I've been starting to do it and I actually think it looks really good and I like it. I just got my eyebrows done actually and I don't like the way that they turned out. I prefer it to be a lot more arched right here and it go kind of thin. That's just the look that I like, but I think the girl that did my eyebrows wanted to keep mine thick, which is fine. I feel like she was just kind of scared to mess up my eyebrows, so better thick than too thin. So I'm not mad, but I always use the Maybelline New York eyebrow pencil, and the reason that I always buy drugstore eyebrow pencils is because they literally go out so fast for me. I fill in my eyebrows every single day, multiple times a day. This eyebrow has almost no hair at the end of it, so I have to fill it in multiple times. It's one of my biggest insecurities. I've talked about it so many times. Yeah, I just feel like when I buy an expensive one, it just runs out so fast that it just wasn't even worth it, and this one works just as good. Maybe not as good because I do have to reapply it a lot, and I don't really have experience with the more expensive ones, so I really like this one. I think that it works just fine. This is another trick that my friend Lindsay taught me. What she does is draw a line right at the bottom until halfway throughout the eyebrow, and then you just take the product and you brush it up instead of like creating those lines with the brush. That's a little too harsh. I'll show you. You start at the very tip and you do one straight line, so you can see it just is one straight line right now, not blended at all, and then you take the spoolie and you just brush up, and it distributes the product for you to kind of look like pieces of your eyebrow, but it looks really faint, so it's not too harsh. And then I do the same thing. So I fill it in so that it kind of looks like an arch. And then I'm gonna go in with some mascara, which this is the Holy Grail mascara. I have been obsessed with this mascara since I lived with my roommates in college, and my roommate Maddie had this mascara, and I always like every day was like, can I use your mascara? Can I use your mascara? Because I was obsessed with it and I never wanted to buy it because I used to only get drugstore mascaras, and drugstore mascaras are amazing. I really like the L'Oreal one that is called like A Million Lashes. I'll put that down below as well. If you are going for more pricey mascara, which sometimes it's worth it, I'd say, especially if you're gonna get this one, then I would go for this one. It's the Thrive Cosmetics mascara, and it's called like liquid extension, I think. Yeah, liquid lash extension, because it literally looks like you have lash extensions. The trick with mascara is you want to take the spoolie and put it as close as you can get it to your eyelash or your eyelid, and then you go back and forth motions, like Z motions, until you get all the way up. This is what helps it not go clumpy, and it makes it look 10 times longer. Also, something that I don't do is curl my lashes. I know a lot of people are obsessed with curling your lashes, but it is a very fine line of dangerous, because if you do it too close to the lash line, you can easily pull out your mascara or your lashes, especially if there's any mascara on the lash curler. It's super scary, so I just opt out of curling. My left side lashes are so much shorter. Does anyone else have a eye that's so much shorter? Last thing I'll say about my eyelashes is when I'm doing them, I try and put a little bit more emphasis to the ones on the end, just to make it look a little more dramatic, like you have falsies on. I like that look. Whenever I have falsies, I honestly cut them in half and put half of them on the end, so I like that look. So I always put a little bit more product on the left, or left on the side and then right on the side. I also opt out of under eye mascara now. I'll actually take a Q-tip after and get any of the mascara that went on the bottom off. Where's my lipstick? Oh, okay. You guys, it's called Sugar Buns, and it's by Bite Beauty. If I were to come out with a lipstick, which I will never do, it would look like this, and then has the little Bite logo. You open it up, comes out like regular. This color is exactly my lip color, which you want to find a color that kind of is your lip color. I was wearing Pillow Talk a lot just because everyone used it and like Hailey Bieber was talking about it. I like the color on so many other people, but when I wear it on me, it's too pinky and it almost looks purpley, and I don't like when my lips look purple. They're naturally very purple. It's the perfect shade for me. Try it out if you don't like the Pillow Talk. You might like this one. I do overline just a little bit at the top of my lips. By the way, yes, I am lining with a lipstick. I sometimes go in with a lip liner. I need to get a lip liner in this shade. That's the only reason why I'm doing it with a lipstick. But another reason is because I really do just like a really simple lipstick. I don't want to do the entire lip. I just like it on the edges and then have my more like natural color in the middle. Now I'm going to take some lip gloss. This is the lip sleeping mask. I don't know how to say that. And do a little bit. I've had this lipstick or lip gloss for so long. It's actually a lip chapstick or a lip sleeping mask actually, but I use it as a lip gloss. Super shiny. It's not sticky. I really like it, and it's lasted me so long. It's actually ridiculous how long that's lasted me. I think I'm done. That's pretty much what I've been doing. This is the makeup look. Oh, ouch. I zoomed you in so you can see the final look. Very simple. Obviously it's like not the heaviest makeup look, but that's kind of the point. That's what I've been loving for the summertime, and I feel like it just kind of elevates. It's simple and like warm, but I feel like it's subtle enough to where I still feel like it's me, and I just like it. I think it's glowy for the summertime, and it's just one of my favorite looks that I've been doing, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And I have a few makeup like tips and stuff that you guys got to see today, so I really don't do like different makeup looks. It's more just like the technique that I'm wanting to share with you guys and like the products and stuff. Let me know if you guys liked seeing a makeup routine. I can also do like sit down makeup get ready with me's where I do a Q&A. I feel like that's fun, even if like my makeup routine doesn't switch up that much. I know it's still fun to watch makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, and I love you.